Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Mrs. Senior Obi here, second video of 2021. Okay, if you haven't watched my video of the recap of 2020 and what we're expecting for this year, please head over and do that. And let's get right into today's topic, into the how to budget with Abby. Because you know what? We talked about getting our finances in a better place, and we're gonna carry on doing that. And it's not what better time to start but now, the beginning of the year, right? So let's get right into the conversation, and yes, let's do this. Okay, so I'm certain I'm not the only one that's got this text from the bank. You know when you get that text saying that £200 is going to be leaving, but it's insufficient pounds in the account, and it needs to be there before 3 o'clock. I saw a post there and it triggered those old feelings when I was at uni. I remember it happened not once, not twice, because I just was really terrible at knowing when things were leaving. So I was working, so I knew that money was going to come in, but I wasn't mindful of when I was spending money, and like that online shopping lifestyle. Woo! But we thank God for growth. We thank God for moving forward. And if you're still experiencing that in 2021, we are going to fix that problem. And we're going to do that today. On this channel, one of the things I definitely said I wanted to do was talk about finances, and not because I'm a financial advisor or anything, but because I've made basic steps in my life to get better with money. And the first step was talking about money, and that's one of the reasons why I did the 3-part series called Money Matters with 2 amazing guests. I had Fola and Natalie on here talking about things from investing to saving to budgeting. And you know, one thing I think we didn't go into a lot of details of was on budgeting. So I thought, you know what, I will go through that in a bit more detail so we start our 2021 right. Yeah, let's do this. So one of the things that Natalie pointed out was the 50-30-20 rule, which is the general rule of thumb as to how we should allocate our money. 50% being our needs, 30% being our wants, and 20% being our savings. Natalie's a big advocate for paying yourself first, and I subscribe to that school of thought, so that 20% should be going into the savings straight away. I understand the fact that obviously this variation may be different for other people, and from person to person based on your income. You may not have that many needs, you may not have that many wants and all that kind of stuff, and sometimes you may want to substitute some of them if you want to aggressively save money or aggressively deal with some debt that you have. So that being said, I know people where it's like 50% needs right now and 30% loan repayment, 20% savings. And you know what, that's a brilliant way to get onto this life, because we want to be debt free. We want to have ways to build on the money we have, and we're only going to do that if we know what is actually coming in, what's going out, and how we can manage that better. So the first things first is actually identifying what your needs are versus what your wants are. Going out shopping to buy a new bag is not a need, it's a want. You're not going to drop dead if you don't have a new bag. Your needs are clearly like your accommodation, shelter, your food, insurance, that kind of stuff. Those are needs. Like, you actually need them to be able to like live a bare minimum life. And I think sometimes we kind of like merge that need and want, where we then have going out for dinner as a need as opposed to just buying groceries at home. And we just need to balance that, because there's nothing wrong with treating yourself. I'm all up for self-love, self-care, all that kind of good stuff, but we have to do that within reason. So again, if you earn a certain amount, allocate a budget for your going out. I know that, you know, when that budget is done, it's done. So when they call you, it's like, yo homie, can't do it today because the budget for that is finished. No pressure in it. One thing I realized about a lot of us live beyond our means, and we've then decided to rely on overdrafts, credit cards, all that kind of stuff to be able to afford some of those wants. And the problem with that is the fact that a lot of them accumulate interest, and then we end up paying bare minimum, and then the interest actually being ridiculous at ridiculous rates. Sometimes we are paying a lot more for those luxuries that we want right now. So I'm a big advocate for saving, and you could be saving for things, saving for a bag that you really want, saving for a holiday, it's all within your means, and all you need to do, and sometimes it might not happen tomorrow, it might require a few months to save it, but it's not impossible, and that's the great thing about it. Another thing I definitely say is the fact that we need to look through all our expenses. A lot of us, if we have a normal 9 to 5, you know exactly what's coming in the day it's coming in. But a lot of the time we don't realize that we set up some I call them baby direct debits, for like our Netflix, our Amazon Primes, and subscriptions online that we've done for a magazine, and you've never read that magazine that they send to you on a monthly basis in your email. So now it's time to actually go into your bank statements and see everything that comes out. And in that process, I believe that you can then separate it from my needs, my wants, and then how much money I can actually be putting in the bank on a monthly basis. And I'm almost 100% certain that when you actually do that, some of those wants are going to automatically drop. And it's very easy. It's a quick email saying, thank you, I would not be subscribing anymore, and I'll be saving my £20 a month, and that kind of stuff. And that's all it requires a lot of the times, to reel in back some money that we are absolutely wasting. Another thing is that sometimes, to be able to get out of debt, to be able to save, we may need to downsize, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So you may need to get a flatmate so that your needs actually fits within the budget, the 50% budget or 60% budget, whichever one that you're going to be using, whatever works for you, so that you're not overstretching yourself and you're giving yourself the ability to have disposable income. And you know what? These are very, very easy steps. I think the first thing to budgeting is knowing exactly what's coming out, when they're coming out as well. Because that insufficient fund thing was down to the fact that my paycheck was going to be on the 28th, but I did the expenses on the 23rd. Like, like, it doesn't work like that. The bank is not going to be like, oh, hold on, Abby's going to get paid on the 28th. Don't worry, we'll come back for it then. So knowing all this kind of stuff, be strategic when you're setting up your direct debits so that they are after your payments. And you know what? Learning to say no to some of the luxuries is actually ideal. Another thing is, if you do like to spend money, then my brothers and my sisters, what we need to do is to level up and earn more money. Because obviously, the more money you earn, if you're doing it as a percentage, the more money you have to spend. Ta-da! But for the time being, if that's not something that you can do immediately, definitely downsizing, realizing how much you do have, realizing the things that needs to be cut off for the time being, because sometimes we have to, you know, pull back for the bigger picture, you know. And if you do this, I'm guaranteeing you that you will be shocked with how much money you can actually have saved, especially now that COVID is here and we actually ain't going nowhere. So some of those wants should definitely be reduced. If we don't turn them all to Amazon shopping. I'm just joking. But yeah, you can definitely do this. And I look forward to seeing what you're going to be doing with the extra money that you're going to be putting away. And let me know how much you're going to be saving from some of those cancellations. Because speaking to one of my friends, she saved over £200 from cancelling some of those random subscriptions that she didn't even realize she had signed up for. So yes, let's get our money right in this year. Let's do this, man. Don't forget to watch the Money Matters videos. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comment sections below. Take care, guys. Bye.